Morning guys, Happy New Year. It's Andy from the SA Survival, and first camp of the year, 2nd January. Just gonna go get some breakfast, meet up with some guys. Gonna head out to Squamish, go from there. It's gonna be a car camping trip. As you can see, want to be a bit more prepared, taking a bit of wood that I have around the house. I'm sure we could destroy a lot of stuff that's out in the forest, but the deadfall that is. But just in case it's all wet and frozen solid, taking a lot of wood with us. It's a one-night hammock camp for me. I'm not sure what the other guys are going to do, but we'll get into that when we get there. And we're going to go up the Squamish Valley Road. We're going to make a bit of a plan at breakfast. So the current temperature today, -3. Hey guys, so the aim of this weekend is just to get out, just going for a winter camp, probably expecting about -6 at night. I'm going to try some new gear. I went and bought a Canadian Forces -40 sleeping bag, but the idea is not to use it as a sleeping bag. Try and use it as an over quilt for our hammock that I have. Going to use Hammock Gear's incubator 20, so that's 20 degrees Fahrenheit, so around -6 centigrade. This will be perfect conditions to try this. I'm going to go out again in a few weeks, so this will be a great pre-trip. It's just a one-night over camp by a river, have a fire, eat some food, just chill out. A couple of guys in the trucks behind us. Like I said, more of a driving camping trip. Got heavy gear, not hiking in to do anything special. It's only less than 100 yards into the campground, and just wanted to go out and about. The ladies are all working. Why not just go out with a few guys? The site I've been to before. It's a nice site. The river's crystal clear, glacier fed. Just boil some water from that, and we've got plenty of supply of water, so that's great. Food for this week or weekend, I went out to a surplus store and picked up some MREs, meals ready to eat. So boil in the bag, kind of handy. I wanted a little bit more substance rather than dehydrated food. Open fire cooking, tripod, pot of water, nothing hard about that. So when we get up there, we'll touch base again. Speak to you in a bit. So here we are. Didn't get to the campsite that we wanted to. A lot of snow and snowplow had been through, so it barricaded the car park, if you like. So we came back to a main campground, which I've used before, a bit more open, but it'll work. So quick guide. Hopefully the hammock's going to be sort of in these trees here. Fire pit, the boys. I don't know if they want to be live yet. And then we've got the river, fresh water down on the other side of that drop. Lots of snow, loads of snow. Can't believe how much snow is here. But it's going to make for a great winter camp. So all built up. A look from inside. So we've got the incubator 20 on the outside, the Amazonas mosquito hammock with side zip. I put my bivy bag in purely and simply to stop any wind draft, and then inside of that I have my 2 sleeping bags attached together, but we're going to use that as an overquilt. So the zipper is there, nice big brass zipper, and we're not going to use that, we're just going to use it as an overquilt. I rechecked the weather. Instead of -6, it looks like -3, so the incubator goes down to -6, so we'll be able to see if we're still warm. And a good test for this prior to me going out in about 3 weeks for a 2-night winter camp, which potentially could go down to about -7, -8. So, hammock camper, motel suburban, and a Kuyu 2-person tent. As you see, this is definitely not a normal camp for us. It's a truck drive, slightly heavier camping, but it's just nice. 2nd of January, first camp of the year. Can't get earlier than that, and it's awesome. So it's a shame somebody left before us, I guess, left the fire going, but we're going to take full advantage of that and get this fire going, get the pot on, and have some boil in the bag food. Hey everybody, 6:40. Long time since we did the last part of this video, but made some dinner, got the fire going. Guys are just chillaxing. It's been a pretty good afternoon. Didn't really do a lot, just chilled out, got away from you know, the city life. Just show you our fire and the guys. There you go. We got the Heineken keg on with our boil in the bag food on there. We got a grease pot on there for fresh water, just because we got soup coming up. Boiling, everything's boiled in the bag or dehydrated. And then our sort of camp setup. Bought the white gas lantern out with us just so we could see it a little bit extra, but it's peaceful. Stars are amazing, clear sky. It's about -5. Just looked at my thermometer, so we'll check in when the food's all cooked. There's not a very good picture of this, but it's basically soup, mashed potatoes and salmon all rolled into a boil in the bag meal. Very, very tasty. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a soup really, but got some chocolate cookies, we've got chocolate chip cookies, we've got some bread, you know, a mixture of everything. So it's all good fun. Awesome dinner. So I don't know if you can see that, but we're gonna follow a colleague on the internet there called Carlisle195. Showed me how to make a oven out of a big pot, and we've got a strawberry and rhubarb pie just baking off in there. Okay, so we're going to open this pie now. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh yes, nice heat. Oh. Oh, strawberry rhubarb pie. What do you think, guys?
Excellent. Awesome. Better than the crap you usually cook.
So dinner was pretty good. Hot. Mixed all those the potatoes and the soup, and had salmon. It was fantastic. The guys were saying that their beef and their chicken was pretty good too. Got the fire going now. Gonna sit around here and hopefully relax for the rest of the night. Could be an early night, who knows. Sort of discuss a few more things, right the world of its problems around our campfire, and then tuck into a nice warm bed. Hey guys, it's Andy. Just getting ready to go to bed. Got in the hammock. Oh, sleeping bag feels good. Well, I say the modified over quilt. The two CF sleeping bags attached together, making a really lovely warm over quilt. The under quilt kicking in right now. I did put a fleece liner or a blanket under my butt and shoulders just to take a bit of the nylon cold away. But it's warming up pretty good. Oh, there goes the light. There we go. Come back. So yeah, it's feeling warm. I can feel the heat kicking in, and the other lantern you can hear kicking out outside. I'll turn that off in a minute, and hopefully we'll have a great night's sleep. Hammock gear, incubator 20, so -6 degrees. I feel that down kicking in already. And then the overquilt 2 CF sleeping bags, say -20, but sorry, -40, but I'm sure over the years there's a lot of stuffing that's come out of them, so let's lose, you know, maybe a third of that, So minus 25 I'm thinking, so we should be totally warm tonight. Alright, I'm going to go to bed. We'll see you in the morning. See how well we did. Have a good night. Morning everybody. It's about 8:15 in the morning, minus 5, so the temperature didn't really drop overnight. I got my brew on. I'm going to use my silent and comfortable fancy feast stove. It's an alcohol based stove with my GSI minimalist mug. How did I sleep? Well, the bivy bag helped take some of the minus 5 temperature away from the down sleeping bag. I don't feel any moisture on the inside. On top, I was beautiful. Yeah, those two sleeping bags, when they're connected together, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Shoulders weren't cold, feet were warm. Bearing in mind I had a thin pair of socks on, then some fleece socks that I bought at Mountain Equipment Co-op, and then some synthetic booties. Oh, feet were toasty warm. Underneath the underquilt, to be honest, I got a CBS, cold butt syndrome. But it dissipated, and then when I moved again, obviously I had to reactivate all the down, and I got cold again. And shoulders were beautiful and warm, my legs were beautiful and warm. But yeah, I mean, the Amazonas mosquito hammock is great. It's a good trusted hammock that I use. Other than that, last night slept beautifully. I mean, woke up occasional, I think most people in hammocks do, and you sort yourself out, straight back to sleep, no worries. I'm probably going to lie here and drink my tea, and then we're going to get up and make some breakfast. So there we have it. The Fancy Feast alcohol stove with a homemade windbreaker. The GSI minimalist mug with sippy lid, and got my titanium spork. I didn't use my lighter wasn't working this morning, so I used my Swedish fire lighter from Light My Fire. This knife is brilliant. It's a moray blade, it's got a Swedish fire steel in the lid. I just added a whistle and a thermometer and a compass all in here. So I did it with that. It's super easy to start. So just put the boil in the bag breakfast in the hot pot. So what have we got today? Got an apple maple oatmeal, just like oats. One for Shug Emery here. I'm going to give another shout out to a big follower. Toasted Pop-Tart. Sorry, I said follower. A person that I follow is what I meant to say. But he always has his Pop-Tarts, so toasted brown sugar Pop-Tart and a muffin top. So it'll be interesting to see what these are like. Don't ask me what that coffee's going to be like.
I had some of the one that was in this one.
Oh yeah.
I think I have to add another pack.
Time to dig in. What a beautiful morning. Like I said, -5. I actually re-looked at it a bit later on when we got out and we did breakfast and finished that off. It was actually -7 in the shade. So again, this was a one-night car camp. A couple of guys just wanted to get together. We come to a site that we frequent in the summertime. Tried to get into a little bit of a quieter place, but it was more of a Forest Service campground. A lot of debris here from previous campers, which we'll clean up, and we'll either burn off what we can, and if we can't, then it'll be in garbage bags. We'll pack it out for everybody else. I mean, you know, that's the unpleasant part of some campers, but not for us. You know, we're stewards of the environment as well, so we want to make sure that stuff like this gets kept clean. Picking up any bottles, cans, garbage, and stuff like that. Okay, guys, just wanted a quick debrief of what we got over. We flipped the tarp over. So this is the mosquito hammock by Amazonas, and then single zip all the way down the one side. And I have the bivy bag that we talked about. And then what I did get for Christmas was this self-inflating pillow. It actually worked really well. I call it a dog bone shape, but my neck fitted right in the middle here, kept my head on the hammock perfectly. Self-inflating. There's a bit of like a down, synthetic maybe, I'm not quite sure what's inside, but keeps it puffed up nice and keeps the condensation away from you. And then the sleeping bag joined together, zipper still open. So having the zipper on one side as a normal sleeping bag, I just put it underneath of me and use it as a duvet. The foot box is about 2 feet stitched right to the bottom, and instead of having your 2 feet go to the left and to the right, I had them vertical, so when I'm lying there I can put my feet up, no restrictions or anything like that. Worked brilliantly, it's dry, nothing on the inside, the baby bag worked great, and the hammock was awesome as normal. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll see you next time.